Welcome back to Twist 'em Out Head On, where we are now doing the Asylum Grand Tour, located in the Extras section of Twist 'em Out Head On. Um, this version of Sweet Tooth, I want to say, is the prototype of Sweet Tooth from Twist 'em Out 2012. Because he looks nothing like the Twist 'em Out Black version of Sweet Tooth in yeah, in that one he was very muscular, like he was a bodybuilder. Eesh. But in this one, supposedly Sweet Tooth was supposed to have face paint. Of course, I am talking about head on. Ah, yes, traps. I'll get back to that subject. Well, quick, I need to talk about this. So, in the canceled game of Twist 'em Out Harbor City, um, along with the what was it, the asylum and the hub world and all that, there was supposed to be traps. But as you can no doubt tell, the traps are not properly coded the way that they should be, and they don't cause you any damage. You are practically safe in this. Besides the eerie feeling that you are being watched. But no, look at back to talking about Sweet Tooth's model here. So, this is this is practically just like the Twist 'em Out 2012 Sweet Tooth, from the looks of things. I'm not entirely sure if that was intentional or not, to have Sweet Tooth look like the way he is here in Twist 'em Out 2012. Um, it is very, what's the word that I'm trying to look here? Very, coincidental. That's the one I was looking for. Coincidental. That would be the case. Also, the jumping is a bit awkward. It is kind of floaty for some odd reason, the way how double jump works. Or when you try to jump from platform to platform, because the way how Sweet Tooth jumps, it's that he kind of lingers in midair for like a couple of seconds before gravity kicks in and starts pulling him down. Oh, excuse me. So he's got this kind of like Yoshi's Island floor jump esque kind of motion, which is kind of weird in that regard. No, the reason why I'm bringing that up, the fact that this is like the a model of Sweet Tooth before Twist Metal 2012 made a ding. Um, the other reason I was trying to aim for was that the was that the comparison between the Sweet Tooth and Twist 'em Out Head On and Sweet Tooth and Twist 'em Out 2012. Yes, he is fat. Yes, he does represent all the things that you see on this model. But if you look at his face, he's wearing the same mask as he did in Twist 'em Out Black. And the flaming hair is basically the same thing, which is usually his trademark. in Twisted Metal 2012, he's wearing a mask. And he's kind of built, in a sense, like he actually did try to lift weights, but for some reason he decided to go the fat ass route. Yeah, but that doesn't really stop him from murdering people. Um, let's see here. What are we looking at? Oh, right. We're going to break into the compartment area. Interesting little tidbit right there was that Sweet Tooth was able to dangle from edges, which was kind of awkward. Him just kind of swinging his body a bit. Remember, this is all practically finished to a point where it is playable, meaning that they hardly put in any form of effort into this build of a hub world. Okay, so now we are in a segment where there was another idea that they were planning, and that was to put in like some sort of maze, as well as having searchlights. So they inserted a little bit of stealth into this mix. And I'm going to assume that if you get caught by the spotlights, machine gun turrets will fire at you and you take health. You take damage and all that. But no, the problem that I have with this one is that I believe it's the only maze-like area throughout this entire place, meaning that they were planning on throwing in mazes and spotlights just to trip you over. This is some in-game art that they have planned. See, right there, I would have been getting shot because I ran right into that spotlight. And oh, hey, there's the truck. And we have successfully completed the asylum area. Now, you can, in fact, continue on playing throughout this area, but there's practically no point. So we're just going to exit by hitting the triangle button, I believe. And that'll send us back to the main menu. Now, the last thing that I want to show off by means of extras is Twisted Metal Lost. The Lost levels of Twisted Metal Black 2. This dialogue that is scrolling upwards, I don't know if you can see it with YouTube's compression. It is kind of hard to see. This will give you a glimpse at what they were planning on doing for Twisted Metal Black 2 Harbor City, and the levels that they were going to throw in. However, the game, I'm not entirely sure of the story, to be honest. I've heard a couple of different alterations of the original story, but the original story is that while the game was being made, a total of 6 developers went to Colorado for a skiing trip, and the plane crashed, killing all 6 of them. However, I've heard of tales in which that story is not true, and that was just a cover-up story to say that's why the game got cancelled. And the real reason why they canceled it in the first place is unknown. I want a definitive answer on this story, whether or not it is true. If somebody could leave a comment below this video and give me an actual source, like the latest up-to-date source that you can possibly find involving Twisted Metal Black 2 Harbor City and its cancellation, the real reason why it got cancelled, is what I'm trying to look for. Just insert a link to said article. Be sure to check your link so that it is not filled with malware. And tell me whether or not that is true. Now anyways, Twisted Metal Black 2 was going to feature all the cars from Twisted Metal Black with some slightly altered storylines, since it is a sequel to Twisted Metal Black itself. So you would see something like the Preacher, in which cases, in his ending, he killed himself by falling off a building and landing on top of his, presumably his own car. But in Twisted Metal Black 2, there was going to be a storyline where he is wandering about Harbor City looking for answers. But then, so you would get something like that. Now, what this game was also going to introduce is a vehicle called 12 Pack. That's P-A-K, you know, like Game Pack. That's in Game Boy and Game Boy Advance cartridges. 12 Pack's driver is named, what was it? It was Severus Sam? Severus Sam? Or something like that. And, what happened is that, he used to be a famous race driver. However, due to a severe accident, he ends up losing his head and ultimately his wife. But for some odd reason, his body did not give up quite yet. So he enters the Twisted Metal contest in search of getting his wife back and coming back as a famous driver. A famous race car driver. So that's the character that I am playing as, since this will be his only appearance. And you know me, I usually cater to characters that only have like a one-time appearance. Which is the whole reason why I'm going to be playing as Sonic the Hedgehog yeah, it's either like Sonic the Hedgehog or Toon Link or Wolf for Super Smash Bros. Classic mode, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It's either going to be Toon Link, Wolf, or Sonic. It will be one of those two. One of those three, I should say, not one of those two. So anyways, welcome to what's technically Twisted Metal Black 2. And, what I have to show here is, I believe, a total of 4 levels. One of which seems to be a remake of Minion Stadium. I'll comment on that once we get to that. But for right now, I believe we are going to a suburban area. And as you can see, they are using the same exact graphics and setup as Twisted Metal Black had. Here is a bowling alley amongst all areas. That's actually kind of awesome that they actually inserted a bowling alley amongst all things to insert. And it turns out to be Sweet Tooth's grave. That is quite amazing, I'll tell you that much. I believe that was Mr. Graham's corpse right there. So anyways, I spat out all I can talk about in terms of Twisted Metal Black 2. And, all of that. Oh. I guess that was me double checking the time. Which is why there was that pause right there. This is like a miniature graveyard that I just ran through. Nice jump. Yeah, unlike other cars that I just noticed, unlike other cars, 12 pack has only one machine gun. Yep. And there we go, we're on top of a roof. And now we're not. I am dead serious, I got nothing else to talk about. I got all I want to say about Twisted Metal Black 2. There are, I think there are a total of 4 levels, I'm not entirely sure. I swear it's 3 levels out of this entire scenario. By the way, I am playing on, I believe, normal mode. It's either normal or hard mode. Because, like, a lot of game developers that tend to do this, you have to beat this particular segment on normal or higher difficulties. If you play on easy, you're not going to get the ending, which is basically, I'm just going to say this right now, Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal Lost Levels contains an actual ending. Thing is that you have to play on normal or higher in order to get. And what is it? A letter that was sent to Sony from the 6 supposedly deceased developers before they made their little trip to Colorado and so on and so forth. Stadium Slaughter. Okay, so this is kind of like a mock of Minions Stadium. Kind of. You really do see a lot of Minions Stadium with this particular area. It's just that it's a little bit more festive. And a little bit more prepared in terms of what is on the ground, as opposed to just flat out black marks and destroyed cars. Talk about overkill if I'm doing that to tires. Lots of areas for enemies to hide in. I really don't like this level. Because of that, it's not as open as Minions Stadium. It does contain a outside area, to which cases that has rarely been done before for Twisted Metal Black. I don't think you were able to leave Minion Stadium in Twisted Metal Black, period. Wasn't there another, like, canceled Twisted Metal game? Yes, Twisted Metal Apocalypse? I believe that's what it was called. I have no idea where they were trying to go with that one. Don't I have any idea if it was supposed to be a sequel to anything. A sequel to Twisted Metal 3? Are you kidding me? No, we already have a sequel to Twisted Metal 2. It's this game that we're playing right now. Yeah, I have no idea what Twisted Metal Apocalypse was about. I do know that it involved the name Apocalypse. There was, it had to do something with radioactivity? Something of the sorts? It had a very ugly picture of a sweet tooth, I'll tell you that much. The initial, like, snapshot picture, I have no idea what its gimmick was supposed to be. For all I know, it could be what the Twisted Metal series has been going with, up until Twisted Metal 2012, which is where they started to, really go out the way to be something different. Including having an actual helicopter, which was cut from Twisted Metal Black and turned into a bus. A bus? A boss. That's what I meant to say. A bus. Somehow we changed a helicopter into a bus. Let's see if you can defeat this bus. Pretty sure it's not going to be anything different than what you have been dealing with. But no, it got turned into a boss. It was, I want to say Starhawk for whatever reason, but that's an actual game. Stormhawk? No. That sounds like a binary cousin to Storm Owl and Storm Eagle in Mega Man X series. It was something Hawk. Warhawk! That's what it was. It was Warhawk. Warhawk was supposed to be a playable vehicle in Twisted Metal Black. However, he ended up being changed into a boss. I have no idea what was the intention of changing him into a boss. I guess the only excuse that I can think of is PS2 limitations. Because that's technically calling for something that is about as ambitious as Star Fox on the SNES. You really want to try different things, but sometimes you can only take them so far. That's the only reason why I can think that Warhawk was changed into a boss instead of being an actual playable vehicle. In Twisted Metal 2000, the reason why I talked about that, outside of the fact that I have nothing else to talk about, is that in Twisted Metal 2012, there is an actual playable helicopter. Granted, it kind of handles like ass, but overall, it is an actual playable vehicle that you can actually use in the game. I don't know if it would be considered cheating though, because while the while the controls are quite mediocre, you're basically sniping players from above with machine guns and the usual missiles, fire, homing, power, so on and so forth. You know, everything. And that caused that was actually quite intriguing. See, I cannot say that word. It was quite intriguing to see and be able to play as, because that was never done in any Twisted Metal game up until Twisted Metal 2012. And judging from the fact that we're not too far from the end of the playthrough period, there are in fact 3 stages. And judging from the fact that I am going nuts with everything... Oh no, wait a second. There is one more character, and there he is. And he's gone. That is just about it for that level. Yeah, let's just move on to the next battle. Carnival of Darkness. It's exactly what it is, actually. It's a massive carnival. It is a massive carnival. Once again, not one of my favorite levels, as there are plenty of areas for characters to hide in. As a result of that, there's also big areas where right now everybody's all gathered into one spot, in which cases I prefer, so that I can get this playthrough done and over with. I mean, I know I am like constantly nuking everybody with the barrage of homing missiles, but in all honesty, I don't really care. I just wanted to get this mainstream of Twisted Metal games done and over with. These were the only Twisted Metal games that I have planned. Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal 2, and Twisted Metal Head On. Those were the only Twisted Metal games that I have planned. Now, unless, for God knows whatever reason, I decide to do like the other PlayStation 1 Twisted Metal games, Spark Wall 3, 4, and 1, then I will delve into those. But for now, this is the extent of what I have planned for Twisted Metal. I wanted to do Twisted Metal Black just to get it out of the way because I thought the game was fun, and in fact the game is indeed fun with the exception of a few graphical, what's the term am I looking for? Graphical, it's not hiccups. Graphical, consistencies, I should say. No, it should be consistencies because, everything's dark. Everything, graphic-wise, was dark. Browns, tans, the constant gray clouds above you that constantly blocks out the sun. I mean, really, the hidden story of Twisted Metal Black was that everything that you see is all in Sweet Tooth's head. And that's why the gray clouds never letting in sunshine. Everything seems kind of run down. Suicidal thoughts. People actually committing suicide. People killing other people by accident, feeling regret because of it. It's amazing what happens in Sweet Tooth's head that became Twisted Metal Black. Um, but I wanted to do Twisted Metal Black because despite the graphical consistencies and the fact that it plays just like any other Twisted Metal game, um, it is a pretty fun game. Twisted Metal 2, I wanted to share while I cannot do Twisted Metal 1 for the time being, whoa. Okay, so anyways, while I cannot do Twisted Metal 1 currently, at least not until I see something about it being retro. What the hell am I talking about? Because Twisted Metal 2 is 20 years old at this point. It was released back in 1996. No doubt about it, Twisted Metal 1 was released probably like a year or two beforehand, which makes it even older by comparison. So therefore, but I did want to show off the lost ending of Outlaw, since that is it connecting with Twisted Metal 2. So then I would play Outlaw for that, and then Twisted Metal Head On, I play as Outlaw for the last time, as that is the last we will see of the two officers' siblings, Jamie and James. So now we are coming up towards the end of the playthrough. I hope you enjoyed this run-through of Twisted Metal Head On. And as our reward for completing lost levels on a normal difficulty or higher, we get to see this letter, this handwritten letter that seems to be detailing of the last deeds, the last earthly deeds. Which in this regard, it seems kind of like it was all staged. Like they knew that they were going to die, or something like that, which is hardly believable unless all 6 of these people were planning to commit suicide at the same time with the result of a plane crash. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and have a good night.